Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Please start. Our letters are still having their lunch. I will take a look. Share any WhatsApp group or something there in the message. Then we will start the session. Otherwise, I'm going to be enough time. Once I finish this one, I will talk a bit about your assessment, your assignment. Right? I got details from your students. I will talk about that later because I need to finish this one. So you can do session. We will discuss it about segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Right. So this is where this session started. Designing a customer-driven marketing strategy, or else how we can create value, or else how we can create a better value in our target customer. අපි කොහොමද අපි මාකට් එක අයිඩෙන්ටිෆයි කරගන්නේ? මොනවද අපි සෙග්මන්ට් කළා මාකට් එකේ කැලි වලට කැඩුවා. ඒ කඩා ගන්න කැලි වලින් අපි මොන වගේ කස්ටමර්ස් ටිකක්ද අපි සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්නේ, right? Targeting those two parts we finished, right? And today I'll be covering the positioning part, or else how we can keep our product's name in customers' mind. See what positioning means, how well we can keep our brand's name in customers' mind. Mind එකේ product එක කොච්චරක් හොඳට කියන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක තමයි මේ positioning and differentiation එකේ අපි කතා කරන්නේ. ඉතින් ගමන් කරලා විචාරයක් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒවා ගමන් කරලා විචාර දිවන් එන්නද? මොකද ලේටස් එකේ තියෙනවා හොඳට ඉස්සරහට. But unfortunately, අපිට ලෙක්චර් එක කරන්න බැහැ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ තුනෙන් පස්සේ දාලා ලෙක්චර් තියෙනවද? ඒ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? Business management. මේ පැත්තට නැති වෙන ප්‍රාර්ථනා. Differentiation and positioning. So beyond deciding which segments of the market it will target, the company must decide on a value proposition, or else this is all about how we can differentiate, or how we can offer a unique product compared to our competitors offering. Right? Our competitors like products or සාපේක්ෂව කොච්චරක් වෙනස් කොච්චරක් unique product එකක් offer කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? ඒ හරහා අපි කොහොමද product එක customers ලගේ mind එකේ ඒගොල්ලන්ට මතක තියෙන විදිහට අපි offer කරන්නේ. Right? That is all about this differentiation and positioning. See the definition for the product position, the way a product is defined by consumers on important attributes. The place the product occupies in consumers' mind relative to competing products, right? අපි competing products වලට සාපේක්ෂව customers ලගේ mind එකේ කොච්චරක් දුරට අපේ product එක අපේ brand name එක තියෙනවද කියන එක තමයි මේ product position කියලා කියන්නේ, right? So I think I shared one example with you last week. Rather than asking about, or rather than the customers asking for slippers, they are asking for bata when they need to buy slippers. That is all about positioning, right? This is going slippers, they got corona. They think that the bata is the only one brand available in the marketplace, right? To that extent, the bata as a brand has been positioned in customers' mind, right? That is why rather than asking for any other soap, hopefully our parents and our elders, right? They are asking for sunlight, right? They are asking for sunlight. Whatever soap it is, they call it as sunlight, right? They just go to the supermarket or they just go to the boutiques in their village and they ask for sunlight. And when they need to buy the toothpaste, right? Whatever it is, they ask for signal, right? But now we have like we are asking for different names since we know and since due to this competition, huge competition, and due to these different alternatives in the marketplace, we are asking for different brand names, but our parents and the peoples, they are asking for those particular names. Every toothpaste and phone, they will signal a company. But they sometimes might be getting superiority or something else. And still they are asking for signal, right? Which means the place the product occupies in consumer's mind relative to it relative to competing products. Competing products වලට සාපේක්ෂව අපි කොච්චරක් දුරට අපේ product එක customers වලින් mind එකේ තියනවද කියන position. Are you okay to proceed with this thing? Over by name? Right. The products are created in a factory, but brands are created in the mind. Right? That is what I have been discussing so far. The products are being created in factory, that manufacturing part, that everything is being happening within the factory. But the brands are created in the mind, right? ඒකයි මිනිස්සුන් ගොල්ලෝ brands වල නම් මතක තියෙන්නේ. අපිට brand එකක් හදන්න බෑ company එකක් ඇතුලේ. Only the product can be created. නේ? අපිට toothpaste එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. Slipper එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Shoe එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. Mobile phone එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි brand එකක් factory එකක් ඇතුලේ හදන්න බෑ. Brand එකක් හදන්න ඕන customers ගේ mind එකේ මතක තියෙනවා. For that we need to do different marketing activities, that is true. But that brand cannot be created through that manufacturing process. No, for creating a brand, we cannot use machineries. अपने machine पाविච්චි का brand එකක් හදන්න බෑ. ඒ මොකද DSA ගේ brand එකක් විතරයි. CA ගේ brand එකක් විතරයි. Right? එතකොට Srilanka cricket කියන්නේ brand එකක් විතරයි. Right? හැබැයි ඒකේ out ඒකේ දෙන process එක ඒකේ product එකක් හදන්න ගන්න effort එක ඒ ඔක්කොම වෙන්නේ factories වල. අනිත් හැමදේම වෙන්නේ customers lage mind එකයි. That is what this says. And when it comes to choosing a differentiation and positioning strategy, there are a few things that we need to follow. We first need to identify the possible value differences and competitive advantage. Right? अपने आपे product एक අපේ product එක differentiate කරන්න ඕන වෙද්දී right අපිට අපේ product එක differentiate කරන්න අපි මුලින්ම අපේ value difference එක සහ competitive advantage එක හොයාගන්න. Right? So the competitive advantage means the advantage that we can give over our competitors. Right? අපි අපේ competitors වලට වඩා හොඳ advantage එක customers වලට දෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියන්නේ. අපි හිතමු mobile phone එක. Right? Let's take mobile phone as an example. We have Nokia and iPhone. Let's say we have two options. Then compared to Nokia, iPhone is providing a better capacity, a better speed, right? So that could be their competitive advantage, right? අපි competitors දෙන්නේ ගත්තොත් ඒ competitors දෙන්නගේ එකම product එක වෙනවා එකම ජාතික product, right? Targeting the same types of customers, right? So when it comes to those two players, if one player is having something better than the other player, that is called as the competitive advantage, right? So an advantage your competitors gain by offering a greater customer value either through lower prices or by providing more benefits that justify higher prices, right? Sometimes we might be differentiating ourselves by charging a low price. සමහරවිට අපි අඩු price එකක් charge කරනවා අනිත් competitors වල product වල සාපේක්ෂව අපි differentiate කරා. එහෙම නැත්නම් price එක නමතක කරලා අපි පුළුවන් තරම් වැඩිපුර benefits අපි අපේ customers වලට දෙන්න try කරනවා අපේ competitors වලට වඩා. Right? That is how we can get this competitive advantage. I will tell you another example. Toothpaste market, right? Again, in those days we didn't have actually a toothpaste with a clove oil. right? The clove oil can initially it was used by I guess clove guard, I guess, right? So first it was used by clove guard. Then the use of that clove oil by clove guard was their competitive advantage, right? I hope you get clear now. What is competitive advantage, right? Competitive advantage කියන්නේ අපි අපේ competitors වලට සාපේක්ෂව කොච්චරක් මොනවා හරි හොඳ benefit එකක් එක්ක benefits වැඩි කරලා වෙන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම නැත්නම් price එක ටිකක් අඩු කරලා වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Giving those types of benefits for our customers compared to our competitor is called as competitive advantage. Is it clear to you now what competitive advantage means? Do you need anything to write or you are not thinking? We can mark you on here. You can write. Better if you write down those examples, then you might remember those things well. Once you finish, please let me know. Finished? I hope you all have finished writing. There are different ways of how we can differentiate our offerings, right? So in the previous slide, we discussed you what this competitive advantage means, or as how well we can differentiate ourselves compared to our competitors' offerings. And to differentiate ourselves, we have 5 different ways: product differentiation, services differentiation, channel differentiation, people differentiation, and image differentiation. Right? I will go through these one by one. The first one is about the product differentiation. Right? The product differentiation. When it comes to product differentiation, let's take again the mobile phone, the Samsung and iPhone. right? So compared to Samsung mobile phones, iPhones are offering more features, right? With maybe high speed, right? Maybe the storage capacity is higher than Samsung mobile phones, right? So the product itself trying to differentiate their offerings compared to the competitors' offerings, right? That is what product differentiation means. Product එකේම මොනවා හරි වෙනස්කම් ටිකක් ඉබ්බක කරලා දෙනවා, right? Product එකේ හම්බෙන benefits, right? Is it clear the product differentiation? The product itself, they have the differentiation factors. Then the next one is the services differentiation. Services differentiation, which means the companies might be offering different services to differentiate their offerings. I will tell you one example. There can be situations in Singer, I guess, right? In Singer, when we purchase sewing machines, right? When we purchase those machines, they give us particular trainings on how we can use that particular machines, right? Which means additionally they provide services, right? Service differentiation. But that service may not be provided by other companies, right? Or else other companies may not educate the customers on how to use the particular machines effectively, right? That is how the companies are doing this service differentiation. Another one in airlines, right? Air Asia or something, I can't remember exactly the airline, the name of the airline, right? They allow the customers to bring additional baggage, right? Which means they allow the customers to exceed, let's say, normally for a normal customer, an airline allows 30 kilograms to carry, right? But this particular airline company allows customers to bring more baggage and they charge only a very small price, right? Which means they provide an additional service to differentiate their offerings, to differentiate their service, right? In our country, normally return policy, it lasts for about 7 days or maximum of 10 days, right? And electric item maximum 7 or 10 days. But there are some companies which accept these return goods, right? Not in Sri Lanka, actually in foreign countries, they accept these return goods till 365 days. ඒගොල්ලෝ දවස් 365ක් නා ඒගොල්ලෝ රිටර්න් පොලිසි එකක් ඒගොල්ලෝ තියෙනවා. දවස් 365ක් ඇතුළත ඒගොල්ලෝ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක රිටර්න් කරොත් ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන් බාර ගන්නවා. Right? So that is how the companies are differentiating their offerings through different services. Right? It's clear how this what this service differentiation means. Take a clear look at product differentiation, service differentiation. Then the next one, the channel differentiation, right? The channel differentiation means how the companies are trying to differentiate themselves through different distribution systems, right? Distribution ක්‍රමවලින් කොහොමද ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ products ඒගොල්ලෝ differentiate කරන්නේ? Let's say as an example, in one supermarket, they may have only physical stores, right? But when it comes to other supermarkets, they may have online delivery methods. We do not want to go to the supermarkets physically. We can place the orders online and ask them to deliver it to our doorstep. Right? Some are supermarkets, අපිට physically අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම visit කරන්න වෙනවා. I think in Saturday we cannot place the orders online. Can we? Saturday online order. Can we? I hope you have been to Saturday. Right? You cannot make orders online, but when it comes to keels, we can make the orders online. Right? The channel distribution. So the channel differentiation.
through the distribution systems, they try to differentiate themselves compared to their competitive or else competitive. Is it clear what this channel differentiation means? Right. So the next one is people differentiation. People differentiation. People differentiation means companies are trying to differentiate themselves through the employees that they have. Or else, when a customer visits a particular shop or a particular organization, through the employees working at that particular organization, they try to offer a unique service for the customer. Maybe a warm welcome compared to the competitors' organizations. After the welcome එකක් හම්බ වෙනවා අනිත් places වල වැඩි. Right? ඊට පස්සේ අපි එතන ගියාට පස්සේ අපිට මොනවා හරි refreshment එකක් හම්බ වෙනවා. Right? In jewelry shops, this is being very much practiced. Right? If we go to Nileka jewelry, you will never get. But if we go to Vogue, Raja, or like those top class or the best places, you might be getting a refreshment, or else you might be getting a better service. But if you go to places like Nileka, you will never get it. They are friendly enough, right? They are not talking to you nicely, and they are not dressed up well, right? And even they are not pleasant actually. But if you go to a Vogue, you might be getting a totally different, a unique experience. There can be a dedicated person to you. Then they might be asking you whether you need an Nescafe, Nestea, or something, right? Likewise, through the different services offered by those different people, they try to differentiate themselves. Right? The people differentiation. Organization is on the service dealer, then customers return on the service differentiate and try. That is the people differentiation. Is it clear? The people differentiation. Then the next one is the image differentiation. The image differentiation means when a company is performing well over the past, they might be getting a huge reputation. Because they might be getting a better image that this company is offering good services. Like what iPhone has got. On the vessel where Galle sorry, the image differentiation. Through the past performance of an organization, they might be getting a particular recognition, or else the people might believe that this company is offering a better service. Right? Then we can appear and then LG product we don't want to worry. Because we know that products in LG are always performing well. They have built a particular image. Image of product, like they are meeting their standards or as they are maintaining the quality standards. Right? So that is what we call the image differentiation. For the past performances, an organization is having that particular organization is getting a recognition in customers' mind. Right? Customers like a recognition like a company now, a brand like a product. So through that, they can differentiate themselves. So to maintain this image differentiation, they need to maintain a best or as they need to maintain good performances in the past. right? Or else they need to give a better service for the customers in the past. I hope these 5 differentiation factors or else these 5 differentiation phase are clear to you. Is this clear to you? Or Mr. Jonathan, yeah. Anything you want to write or any further explanations? This might be not exactly I cannot say, but this might be tested at the examination. I need to be some test on the exam. Then in the second point, the choosing the right competitive advantage, right? The first one was identifying possible value differences and competitive advantage. Then the second point is choosing the right competitive advantage. So when it comes to choosing the right competitive advantage, we first need to see how many differences to promote. Is it one difference or two difference? One difference or more than one? Right? අපේ කලින් කතා වෙච්ච වගේ මේ ඩිෆරන්ස් වලින් අපි එකකට දෙන්නේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේකෙන් එකකට වඩා වැඩි ගානක් අපි යන්නේ. ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකකින් විතර ඩිෆරන්ෂিয়েට් කරනවද? එහෙම නැත්නම් ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක කස්ටමර් සර්විස් එකකින් ඩිෆරන්ෂিয়েට් කරනවද? නැත්නම් ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක සර්විස් එක distribution කියන තුනෙන්ම ඩිෆරන්ෂিয়েට් කරනවද? Likewise, we need to see how many differences we are going to accommodate. Right? Unit selling proposition or else one thing or else more than one differentiator. Right? That has to be decided by the organization. And once it is decided, they need to decide which differences to promote. They might be having different differentiation things. So among those differentiation things, they have to decide again which difference to be promoted for the customers. Right? Differentiate like those image, service, channel, people, product, they might have different differentiation ways. So while having those different differentiation ways, they need to decide which difference to promote. Why difference the customers to promote, right? Is it people differentiation? Is it image differentiation? Right? When some banks are promoting different services they have, right? Sometimes they are promoting that we are government certified or this is central bank accepted, right? Because they promote those things. But that is to make sure that they are, or that is to communicate that customers don't want to worry when they are getting a service from us. Because this is totally assured a company. This is a certified company by the Central Bank of Srilanka. So that has to be decided, which difference to promote. And when we are promoting a difference, right? When we are promoting a difference, these criteria again has to be met, right? අපි මොනවා හරි අපේ product එක අපේ product එක competitors like offerings වලට differentiate කරන්න යද්දී මෙන්න මේ criteria ටික meet වෙනවා. It should be important for both customers as well as the company, right? Let's say we are promoting this chair. Let's say we are promoting this chair, and obviously when it comes to chair, it has to be comfortable. What is comfortable way? No point of purchasing a chair. අපි comfortable කියන එක promote කරන්නද අපි promote කරනවා මේ පුටුව හදන්න gold ingredient විතර පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා. Right? So it won't be an important factor for the customers. Right? Because when it comes to a chair, it has to be comfortable for the users. So rather than promoting that gold factor, we should promote whether this is comfortable or not, and this has to be comfortable enough for the users. That is why this important means it should be important for both customers and the company. Particularly, this has to be important for the customer, or else this should be useful for the customers. The distinctive, or else this should be unique, then superior means again this is unique, then the communicable, the differentiation factor should be communicable. We should be able to communicate it with our target audience or with our customers. And primitive, which means our differentiation factors, or else for our customers, sorry, for our competitors, it should be difficult or it should be hard for them to copy what we are differentiating. Right? අපේ unique factors, අපේ competitors රට copy කරන්න ටිකක් අමාරුයි. Because soon after our differentiations are copied by our competitors, it no longer appears as a competitive advantage. Right? මොකද මම බලන්නකෝ competitive advantage එකක් කියන්නේ අපි competitors වලට වඩා වැඩිපුර දෙයක් කොහොමද අපේ customers වලට දෙන්නේ කියලා. Right? Competitors වලට වඩා වැඩිපුර දෙයක් අපි කොහොමද දෙන්නේ. But soon after our competitive advantage, if we copied by our competitors, it no longer valid, right? It's no longer valid as a competitive advantage. Because once it is copied by our competitors, then both our company and the competitor's company can offer the same advantage for our customers. Then we may not be superior than our competitors. එතකොට අපි අපේ competitors වලට වඩා superior වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Therefore, when we promote or else when we select our differences, it should be primitive or else it should not be easily copied by our competitors. Then affordable, our changes that we make to our products should be affordable for the customers. Let's say that Air Asia, they are allowing extra baggages to carry for the passengers, right? But if they're charging a high price, then again it won't be affordable for the customers. So that if they're charging a price, it has to be affordable for the customers. A kind of difference is අපේ product එකේ price එක වෙනසක් වෙනවා නම් ඒ price එක affordable වෙනවා customers. Otherwise again it won't be accepted by the customer. The next one, profitable. When we do these changes, it should generate enough profit for the company. That is profitability. Right? So these criteria should be there when it comes to the differences that we are going to do for our products or services. Right? Are this clear to you? Yes. Then how about the Yes, how about the others? Okay. So if you have any question, please ask, because I know that you are paying to learn this one. So if you get any problem, right? If you get any issue, any question, please let me know. Don't be silent. You can talk at any time, right? I will take even the rest of the 2 hours to answer you without continuing with the session. Right? So that I don't worry to ask any question. End of the day, you might be in trouble. I may not be in trouble. You might be in trouble, right? So that please ask questions if you have. Yes, any problem? Yes. It's already legal thing for them. Overall thing, I think. And then the second. You know, he has the slide. I have checked actually. I have checked the slide again. In that, I'm going to put it. But I'm going to. Is there discrimination for boys? Only boys there at the last point. Exam is tomorrow, they might be starting the initiative. That is how it was. You know it? Right. What other group of marks are the Mandana side? Smart about it. Look at that. Lanka and out of the Mama, make a dinner with some even today. Sorry? The message is not that's what has happened to boys. Right. Then selecting an overall positioning strategy. So this is again about the same thing that we have discussed. A full positioning of a brand, full mix of benefits upon which the brand is differentiated and positioned, right? So we need to make sure, or else we need to communicate why our customers should purchase our brands, right? Or in other words, we should always communicate the superior benefits that customers can get from our products, right? Or else by purchasing our product. For that, we need to position our products in different ways, benefits, right? Or as different advantages and price quality, right? Update of a pricing quality, pricing quality के वडी के लगी है अनुकूलवा, इनमें इतना quality के advantage सापेक्ष दोनों pricing वडी लगी, ये question कर अनुकूलवा, ये रहता है वहाँ पे इनमें अभी features के वहाँ पे product के अपने competitors लगे product लगे features नहीं के लाते हैं अनुकूलवा, right? So in that way, we need to promote our product. Right? Hope you can see the advertisement we had regarding paracetamol and Panadol. Can you remember the advertisement we had? Right? So that is all about the attributes positioning, right? Or as the benefits position, right? For the same benefits, they are asking why a customer should pay more money, right? So that is how we need to communicate about the different benefits that customers can get by consuming our products. So this is a simple one that I need to explain you, the relationship between price and the benefits, right? Price and the benefits. See if more for more, the first one, more benefits for more prices. There is one way that we can promote our products. Then more for the same, right? Which means the more benefit for the same price. Or like a promote like milk powder, they give additional 50 grams for the same price. Right? Additional 50 grams for the same price. Then more for less. Then more benefits for less prices, right? So this is also we can see. Then the same thing, the same benefits for the same for less, then the less benefits for less price. Right? Some are not, some are products or quality control, you are giving price and that's okay. If customers cannot afford high prices, in such cases, we might have to offer the less priced products with less benefits. Right? This is one way of how we can differentiate ourselves, or else how we can promote our products compared to competitors. So developing a positioning statement is again very much important, right? The shorter version of this one is the tagline. Right? I hope you are familiar with taglines of brands. Any tagline that you are familiar with? This is a tagline that you are familiar with. Taglines you never know. Products or brands or have you ever seen that with small, sorry, with a few words, they promote one state, one sentence, style of the future is today. That is the tagline. Then the Coca-Cola. What is it? Coca-Cola. Do you know there's a brand called Coca-Cola? No, Coca-Cola brand, which is coming under carbonated drink category. Right. It's more towards red color. Now, I hope you are familiar with it. So, what is the tagline of Coca-Cola? What's it? Open happiness. Can you remember now? Right. Then how about tagline of Nestle? Good food for good life or something. Everything good food for life or something. LG. Yes, life. Life is good or something. Life's good. But LG. So anything else? How about bands? Cream soda. You might have seen that recently. Cream soda, yes. What is the tagline of cream soda? Then the whole product of our chicken. You're not going to supermarket or shops, everything comes to your home, or your parents are buying everything. Yes. What is the tagline of cream soda? I hope everyone have consumed cream soda even one time for their life. Malayalam you have seen it? Yes. What's it? Is it Yavani popular chamatkari or something? Everything. Take the language the Kerala. Yes. Is any tagline that you are familiar with? Anything? Sorry? I know that's it. English was the signature. Because yesterday I was checking that is not the marketing. Real means we are. I mean, sir, signature question. The 18 months we are. Right, okay. Then positioning statement. So this is a statement which summarizes the company's position, right? And its target markets, its brand, its concept, and the point of difference. A company के target market एक brand ඊට පස්සේ concept සහ differentiation කොහොමද differentiate කරන්න කියන එක promote කරන statement. And this is not in most of the cases communicated for the customer, right? So this is communicated or this is promoted in the way of that small tagline, right? After brand එක mention දිගේ ගත්තේ මිනිස්සු ජීවිතේට දේවල්. Right? So this is the position statement of BlackBerry, right? Right. So this is too long, the position statement. So from that positioning statement, normally the companies are developing, but something called tagline, right? So this is something the positioning maps that companies are developing to identify where their companies, where their brands are standing up compared to the competitors. Right? Competitors like products වල සාපේක්ෂව කොහෙද තමන්ගේ brand එක තියෙන්නේ කියන එක බලන තමයි මේ positioning map එක ඒකවල සාමාන්‍යයෙන් create කරන්නේ. This is the graphical illustration, right? So this shows consumers' perception of their brands versus competing products on important buying dimensions. Normally they take two buying dimensions, two criteria to evaluate their brand or product, right? So based on those two criteria, they evaluate where they are standing up compared to their competitors or friends. So this is a graphical representation of consumers' perception of competing service products, which refers to commonly two or three important attributes. So this is an example, and I will do this again. So this is an example for hotels, right? Hotels, right? This is not local one. This is something that we extracted. So this is the positioning map which created for the hotel palace, right? The palace කියන එකට අපි කරපු positioning map එක, right? So this is used to understand where we are standing up compared to our competitors' hotels, right? Then we have used two dimensions, the level of expensiveness and the level of service, right? Price එක සහ service එක තමයි මෙතන අපි dimension දෙකක් විතර අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. We have taken two dimensions, the price and the service. Then when it comes to price and the service, just see this airport plaza. This is less expensive and they are offering more towards a moderate service. I hope those things are clear to you. In my line again, right? It shows the service is moderate, right? The service is moderate. So when it comes to this side, it shows the service is high. Then when it comes to the price, then when it comes this way, it shows the less expensiveness, and this way it shows this is high expensive, right? Or else this is high price. Then this airport plaza, they have less expensive and moderate service. Then likewise, this brand, they have high service and high price, right? I hope that is clear to you, right? They got the price ready, service ready. When it comes to Shangri-La, so they are offering actually not high service, right? They are offering a service at the middle level, right? Compared to other hotels, and their prices are also coming as a middle range price, right? We central point between, right? Central point between Shangri-La theatre. So they go along a price. So likewise, we can identify how customers' perception is towards different brands and products in the market, right? So by that way, if we need to do differentiations further, if we need to change our positionings, right, we can do different marketing practices again based on this positioning maps. So that is how this EGB, right? EGB came up with new marketing campaigns, right? Now they are promoting that EGB network campaign, EGB network, right? That is how they are promoting it now. But initially, actually, EGB came to the market as a carbonated drink, right? Take a Coca-Cola again, drink soda again, market carbonated drink, right? But customers perceived it as something used for So if you ask from your parents, yes, sorry. Yes, unadram bonna, bade ke unadram bonna tama EGB පාවිච්චි කළේ. But that was not the target market of EGB. And that was not the purpose of offering EGP to the market. So they identified that one through this type of positioning map, and they decided to reposition their products or as their brand in the marketplace. So as a result of that one, they promoted as EGP network Kamipa, EGP network Tuepa, EGP network Price Sepa, likewise they promote. Right? That is what happened. And the same thing happened to cream soda as well. The cream soda came to the market as a carbonated drink, right? And but it was perceived as what? Coca Cola cream soda publishing. Is there a customer stuff? Yes. Cream soda publishing. Yes. Any answer? Cream soda is a publishing. Correct? Yes. That was used mainly to give at funerals. Say, Malayalam main drink with a cream soda. Take up the name and amount of money. Something goes in armed road. Even if one happy with the in the until other tick up on the head, right? Only for those people, cream soda was used. But infant house did not produce cream soda to give at funerals. Right? So they identified that problem, right, through this analysis, and they later promoted it as Yavane Kopil Chamatkar, or it was promoted mainly for the youth. Right? So that is how the companies do some repositionings for their brands. Right? Because initially sometimes what they exactly what the company needs to promote for the customers may not be grabbed by customers. हमारा customers ला मुलीनो promote करने दे, sorry company इतर promote करने दे, ये विधिया करना customers ला नगाने करो. That is what happened to EGP and cream soda. As a result of that one, they had to reposition. But everything I reposition करना, right? So that is why now we have this EGP and cream soda. So now they are performing well. But still our all the people might be using EGP for when we have stomachache, right? When we have have fever, still they might be using. But the young generation do not have, or else they may not be using EGP for fever. Now they may be using EGP when they are having a pottu fried rice or something else, right? That is how companies do the reposition. Is it clear what what we can do through this positioning map? Right? Is it clear to you? So better to keep those examples in your mind. Otherwise, you will never be able to keep these concepts in your mind. Right? The examples are other than novel. They want to do a map take a main call on the way in a make a repeat running. Right? You might be getting different options, right? Let's say draw a positioning map for the brands in software, sorry, footwear industry. You might be getting that type of question sometimes. Right? So shall we do one? Any industry that you like to draw a positioning map? Any industry? Yes, any industry? Yes, any industry that you like to draw a positioning map? This has been drawn for the hotel. We can repeat it again, but no point of doing that. Yes. We can discuss it. Sorry. You're a supermarket. But we have only few players. That's better if we have more players. Right? We can do that one. So for your better understanding, how about something like mobile phones? Right? So any two dimensions that you would like to evaluate, like this one, with a make guarantee hotels or banana, price se kai, service se kai. ಇವಾಗ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಫೋನ್ಸ್ criteria from it could be anything. Sorry. Yes, features, what else? Features को speed negative नहीं features है क्या होता है right? Then how about the speed and the storage? Rather than going for the features, features को make a good option. Then speed है कि another. एक अगर आप limited करो ना lazy, right? All right, battery life and the speed, right? We go with this. What's the other one? Is that speed or storage? So better, what's the other one? Speed. Speed is right. Maybe one brand. How about Samsung? Where can we put it? Samsung. When it comes to battery life, is it high or short? Battery life, is it long or short? Samsung. Samsung or battery life common. Sorry? Long. Then how about the speed? Speed. Take a moderate level, right? Then we can put it like long battery life. Long battery life, then speed is like how about in this area? Speed. Apa yang nanti kita lihat? Right? देखो speed टिकट या काट हुई, battery life पे टिका okay, right? Then how about iPhone? Yes. Battery life पे काट हुई थी बैठे थे, काट हुई. Speed है बैठे थे, बैठे थे. Then we can like put it here. Always short battery life with high speed. Any problem? वो प्रश्न थे ज़्यादा बड़ा. इतना मैंने पढ़ी है. हाँ कोई आपसे कहता है. Yes, what is? Tamana. What are the brands that we have? What are the mobile phone brands we have? Hold on. Where can we put it? About battery life? Battery life, is it a long or short? Battery life. Is it long or short? Okay, we'll assume now. If you do not know, we'll assume. Otherwise, we won't be able to continue. Let's say like they have a short battery life and short speed, right? Wow. So likewise, we can put different brand based on our perception, or based on customers' perception. This is something that normally companies are doing to understand where their brands are standing up. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ brand එක market එකේ කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ කියන එක බලන්න ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ විදිහට map කරලා බලන්න, right? එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඇත්තටම ඕනේ මේ විදිහට customers ලා perceive කරගන්නවා දකින්නවා then that's okay. Let's say Huawei වලට ඕනේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ battery life එකත් අඩුයි, speed එකත් ටිකක් අඩු phone එකක්, හැබැයි price එක අඩු නිසා මේ ගන්න දෙන එක okay. Then Huawei do not want to do anything because that is their marketing objective as well. And the same way, it has been perceived by the customers in the marketplace, right? Let's say for the Samsung, they have long battery life, but speed is not that enough, right? Speed is but Samsung wanted, let's say, through their objectives, they needed to communicate, or else they needed customers to perceive that their brands having long battery life and high speed, right? Let's say this is where they need to be as a company. Samsung want to be better life and better speed is better than the but customers perceive this as a long battery life but as a moderate speed. So in such cases, they might have to change their marketing activities, sometimes they might have to change their product performances, right? Different features they might have to change. They might have different features for their mobile phone. So those things have to be done for the companies. So do the different changes that the company needs, they are doing, or else they are following this positioning map. I hope that's clear. Is it anything to ask about this positioning map? Is it clear to you? Company එක හිතන් ඉන්න විදිහට customers perceive කරනවා නම් then that's okay. Then they don't want to do anything. But if customers are not perceiving what companies are trying to promote, in such cases they might have to change what they are doing, right? Or else the company might have to change what they are doing. Are you okay with this one? Anything to ask? Questioning map, anything to ask? Yes? Another thing. Right. So on this session, we try to identify how we can segment the marketplace and how we can target the different customers, and finally how we can differentiate our products or services compared to our competitors. That is what we have discussed on this session. Anything to ask from everything we have discussed so far on this session? Making a bit point. Anything you would like to ask? If not, we can go for the assessment discussion. I actually created a document using what one of the students had shared. The same thing is there, right? We'll share the Then basically this is all about role of innovation in a marketing context. right? We're going to take the thing. All of innovation in marketing concept. And I assume that you all have groups now. How many members are there in one group? 4, 6. How many members are there in the group? Over there. Yeah. So the level of that. Five. Five. 7 members in there. 7 members in there. Online even already. Over another thing. Page POG market groups. Yes. PO. Then right? I explain that over there. So you will be basically given 100 marks and it will be converted later. Then as groups you will be getting 50 marks, right? So I'm seeing Pana come in a group. Pana here come right? Already Pana here. And for the report you will be getting 25, right? Then individually as well, I'll be evaluating again. That will be 25%, right? That is how the 100 marks is being allocated, and that is what you have been given. Then a report structure. So this is very much important actually. Background: how the innovation can take place in a marketing context, right? The marketing context is innovation can right? The different innovation. In global context, there can be so many innovations which have taken place, or sometimes which may not be known to us. So you might have to search, you might have to explore. You can easily use Google, right? You can easily use different AI tools to identify different marketing or different changes taking place in this marketing context, right? So this has to be written in one page. Make a page to overlay. And when writing, if you get tables, figures, or different things, then it might be more than one page. But that table I have one page about if image and them a page compare, right? So in such cases, you might have to go more than one page, right? Then next one. The possible ways of doing innovations in marketing, right? So this has to be given a major weightage. The possible ways of doing innovation in marketing. Maybe innovation, the marketing also right? Technological innovation, AI with the pulluva, when a monohar with the pulluva, the marketing on the right? It has to be discussed and it has to be given a significant weight, right? The next one, provide successful cases or failure cases. Right? When we alu technology nisa, marketing or innovation nisa, successful cases, failure cases discuss right? And for those both failures and success cases, you need to provide the reference as well. Reference के लिए information एक company का अपना मोनक company देख सिद्ध हो जाती है. It has to be given. It has to be provided. Right? Then the next one. Once you identify this innovation and once you discuss these success cases and failure cases, you need to select a product or maybe a company from Sri Lankan context and explain that particular product how can be innovated more. Arogolo kaling kata karapu marketing context ke veladi innovation කොහොමද ලංකාවේ product එකට එහෙම නැත්නම් company එකට අපි link කරගන්නේ. So that is something you need to discuss as maybe suggestions for the Sri Lankan campaign or maybe for the Sri Lankan product, right? अन्य टेक्निकल where are the innovations කොහොමද ලංකාවේ කම්පියුටර් adopt කරගන්න. Then this one, in your report you need to mention the contribution that each member of your group has done. ඔයගොල්ලෝ table එකක් maintain කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. Let's say prepare table consisting of student name, registration number, allocate task and easy page. You can I will show it. We don't give table එකක් කියලා. So this has to be attached at the end of your report. Okay. අපි හිතමු ඔයගොල්ලන් group එකේ members 6ක් ඉන්නවා කියලා. එහෙනම් අපි 6කට දාගන්නවා. අපි හිතමු පළවෙනි මේ තියෙන්නේ student name එක name. අපි හිතමු ABC කියලා. ඒ බලන්න ඉන්නේ අපි හිතමු. Then their registration number. මෙතන තියන registration number එක යාගේ. Right ඊට පස්සේ එයාට allocated task එක. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ report එකේ මොනවා හරි task බෙදලා මේක කරන්න එකිනෙක කරන්න බෑනේ මේක. Right? Marketing මොනවාද innovation කතා කරන එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Success factors හොයාගන්න එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Failure factors හොයාගන්න එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? එහෙම නැත්නම් ලංකාවේ company එක කොහොමද මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොනවා හරි factors වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? අන්නේ allocated task එක මෙතන දාන්න. එයාට allocated task එක. Right? ඊට පස්සේ යාගේ signature. Right? මෙන්න මේක table එකක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ report එකේ අන්තිමට attach කරන්න ඕන. Maybe your last page would be a table like this. Right? Then when it comes to your presentation, it will be not a huge one, 15 minutes presentation. Only 1 or 2 members from your group need to present. The others will be facing the Q&A session. That's it. Anything to ask about the session, about the assignment? Now, video want to clear the meeting. We should give any comment. Report other video. Sir. Lanka will get to select a product. A product from Sri Lankan context. Maybe a product of company. Have you started working on this one? I guess no. Right. I hope you will be able to do this within 1 week. I hope so. Of course, our report submit on the print the bar then. Then if your presentation is due on next week, right? After presentation, you will have to submit your report by next Saturday midnight. Report take a capacity sense of travel submit करना है. वो report एक base करके आपको presentation कराना है. If the presentation is due on next week, so based on what I got, your presentation is due on next week. Right? The presentation तीन now then, now we can report submission of the final. But the whole assignment is due out. Our agency of the message the end of the message share across the pin. Right. You better to start working on the assignment from today onwards. Right. And when you are doing a presentation, please be careful about formatting, right? So, I all the alignments has to be there, table of content. Then, if you are using figures, those figures have to be named, right? Figures name unknown. Then line spacing consistent about unknown. Content of unknown. One size again, consistent with right? Those things have to be there. If you need, I can give a guide for that as well. Do you need the guide for report formatting as well? Guide record there. Alright, then I will create it today and share it either today or tomorrow with one of your students, right? Then he or she will share it with you. And you can follow that guidelines. And when it comes to presentation, your slide should not be text heavy. Maybe then slide take a clear presentation. I hope this is clear to you now of the presentation. Right, अभी तो right, when you are using the presentation, when you are creating slides, those have to be attractive. You have to right? You cannot just use plain slides. You have to use some attractive, nice slides, right? And do not come up with 2-minute text in one slide. It's a slide text clear now. You just have points. These are not power text, these are PowerPoint. That is why this is called PowerPoint. You can insert the point and based on the points you need to explain. Right? That is how you need to develop your presentation as well. Right? I hope that is clear to you and I will definitely create a guideline for you to develop your report and presentation and share it with you. Right? Is it okay if you ask about this assignment? Is any problem? No question. Yes. Anyone who has started? I'm not asking question. Anyone who has started? Maybe different, but this is what I got from one of the students. Make an assignment prefect. Make it whatever share. What share the double make me? Oh, I talk about the share. Make it. Take a look at the best. Who gave this one, this competence? May they make it do innovation in marketing competencies.
Innovation लेकर मैडम क्यों?
Oh. एक कंप्यूटर से क्या नहीं था वो लोग तो सेशन लेके भी बैठते का क्लियर करो ये एक असाइनमेंट के का क्लियर तो इधर मामा देन मीट कियो भी के बिना दो बोला के असाइनमेंट लेकर क्लियर हां अंकित का हर बंदा फिर मैं भारत के क्या लोग बोला ये पर कागज आप सर के दिए तो एक है कि अपना निकाल एक्टिविटी अभी तक दिया चाहिए दैट इज नॉट योर असाइन राइट then your assignment is this one right now you will explain No, you don't want to do a computer analysis. Just what I have explained is enough. Right? If you feel like this is not sufficient, I can do something else. Not an industry, it has to be a brand. Which is already existing in Sri Lanka. And the other thing is, when you are selecting brands, right? ඔගොල්ලෝ අර මේ මොන innovation adapt කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක්ද? ඒක world wide එකම select කරගන්න. How about you? ඔගොල්ලෝ තාම ඉතින් කියන්නේ. මොකද ඔය select කරපු brand? Tesla. So when you are selecting a brand like Tesla, they have already adopted. Like you may not have that much to talk. The Tesla වගේ brand එකක් ගත්තට පස්සේ වෙන්නේ ඔයාලට කතා කරන ලොකුට දෙයක් නැතුව යනවා. Because they are already following these innovative techniques. Sometimes you might be able to get evidences for those innovative techniques in marketing context from Tesla. And you might be able to use those things in different campaigns. මේ ලංකාවේ එකක් කරන්න ගන්න කියලා කිව්වේ මොකද ලංකාවේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් හරිය අඩු වෙන මේවා පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ. So you can suggest things. Just try to change it. Global economy, local economy select කරගන්න. Then the other thing is when you are selecting these brands or products from Sri Lankan context, two groups cannot select the same one, right? Groups දෙකක් එකම select කරගෙන තියෙන්න බෑ. ඒ නිසා ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොයි එකද කතා කරන්නේ කියන එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ group ඇතුලේ කතා කරලා කරගන්න. WhatsApp group එකේ message එකක් දාගන්න. Our group is discussing about this one. Our group is discussing about that company or that brand, right? It has to be coordinated by your team. Okay. An example. No, if you are selecting a product like so brand like Sparkler, then you can discuss it for all the products. That's it. Anyway, whatever the brand it is, and whatever the product it is, that every product is coming under the brand name Sparkler. Yes, anything else to ask about this assignment? Yes. On that, I will pass it on the current. And they just ask an example. ඔගොල්ලෝ එක WhatsApp group එක කරා coordinate කරලා කරගන්න. Right? Anything else to ask? One person. ප්‍රශ්න ගන්න තියෙනවා. මයික් අප් දෙන්න. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ object status කියලා නැහැ. ඒක RBC going in half. There is a moment. So you can get the support of AI, but the whole task should not be depending on AI, right? AI එකට දීලා ප්‍රශ්න දීලා ගත්තොත් අපිට අදාළ අවස්ථාවක් කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? එහෙම වෙන්න බෑ, right? Because even AI is being detected, right? So that you can get the AI maybe to check your grammar. Now you don't want to have grammar to check your grammar. You can use AI to improve your grammar, to improve your writing. For those purposes, we can use AI. But to get the answers, you get the suggestions, you cannot use AI. Right? Anything else to ask? Right. Okay, we'll have a short break around 10 minutes. Please come by 10 minutes, right? We are behind in hand. Today project na ඔයගොල්ලෝ මගෙන් අහන්න. මගේ number එක ඔයාලා දෙන්න. Right. You need, you can ask anything. 071
4 minutes, 1 day. If you need, you can ask any question. In case if I do not respond to your calls, just send me a WhatsApp message. That will work. Right, you can go ahead.
අපි කැමේ අපි මේ චොක්ලට් මේ ගන්න චොක්ලට් චොක්ලට් මේක ගත්තම මම මේක ෂෙයා කරන්න. ඊට පස්සේ බෙදන්න ඕනේ වෙනවා මම ඔව් හතලා අපි පටන් ගන්න next Saturday අපිට කරන්න ඔව් ඒක කරමු ආස්ත පොඩක් අපි කරන්න හරි ඇක්ටිව් ඩේ ගෲප් එකකින් දවස් දෙකකින් තුනකින් රිප්ලයි එන්නේ එහෙම වෙයි ඒ දැන් ඉතින් නැති කමක් නැහැ බෑඩ් හරි මේ කම්පියුටර් දාලා ඉවර ඒක අපි රැට ටයිම් එක ගත්තාම මේ ටයිම් එකේ මේක විස්තර කරා අර දෙන්න පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්නේ අපේ නම දානවා මේක අපි ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක ගන්නවා මම දානවා Srilankan and this is chocolate. Chocolate the monado. Yani koku böyle meyvenin
Hold on. Chocolate දාන්න ඕනේ. පොල් පැත්තට දැම්මත් chocolate දාන්න. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් ආයේ අපේ වට හැන්ටි ගහන්න එන්න එපා. අපි chocolate පාසි දාලා දුන්නා. කට පියාගෙන ඉන්න. නැත්නම් මෙයාලා ගත්තා මෙයාලා ගත්තා.
අපි දාගෙන ඉනෝවේෂන් එක
එපා. අපේ group එකේ මෙයා අපි
Bangga harga negara message gitu.
අනේ අපේ කියන ටෙක්නික් එක ඉස්සරහට දාන්න ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක. හයි. මේ හය ඔයාලට කරලා සිකියුරිටි අපි මැඩම් කියන එකක් කරා ඒක දාලා ඕකේ මැඩම්
කියලා මේ ස්ලයිඩ් එක පොඩ්ඩක් කාර්යය සුදුසුගේ අර පිටට දාලා චොක්ලට් ගෙනාලා ඉතලා. ඒ ඔයගොල්ලෝ සම්පෙදක කරන් ඉන්නේ. පැටෝස්ද?
Okay lah. Ayo pegang ni. Sampai. Kita tahu pergi atau mana? Tahu dah. Tahu di mana yang nak follow? Ya. Boleh. Kira udah follow kan? Nanti pahala di sini kita lakukan session. Yeah, I'm talking more about VMS. Then the next one, the next session is about the products, services, and brands, right? So we previously discussed how we can identify a proper target market and how we can, what are the differences that we can do for our products. And then we are going to discuss about through product, how we can satisfy our customers' needs and wants, right? Or else how we can offer a better product for our customers to satisfy their needs and wants. So, as you have learned, the very first few sessions, what is mean by a product? What is a product? Right? So what do we call as a product? What is a production? By a product. What is meant by a product? You may not have this slide, right? Because you know the product. Where the but this is a slide that I created, right? There might be some differences. So from here onwards, I will share my own slides. Right? Yes, what is a product? What do you mean by a product? What product I have someone? Why do we consume products? To fulfill needs and wants. So that is the customer's perspective. Then when it comes to marketeers or company's perspective, why do we sell product? Yes. Why do we sell product? As companies, why do we sell product? That's one topic that's true. Other than the marketing definition, we have discussed this one. Yes, to satisfy human wants and needs and wants. right? So anything we offer to marketplace to satisfy customers' needs and wants is called as a product. Right? The market take customers like needs and wants satisfy offer all of their product. So even a combination of these things could be there, right? Sometimes the product could be there alone, but in some cases, the product might be coming as a combination of service, right? Or product might be coming with combination of people. So an example for a service as a product or service that we offer to satisfy customers' needs and wants, an example. Beauty treatment, right? It's beauty care, right? So that could be a service that companies or marketers are offering to satisfy customers' needs and wants. So how about the people that we offer to satisfy customers' needs and wants? An example for the people that we are offering to satisfy customers' needs and wants. Can we sell people? Can we sell? Can we sell people? Can we sell people? Can we sell people? First, can we sell people to satisfy customers' needs and wants? Okay, now you can on the back. That's not what I am talking about. Since there is not legalized in Sri Lanka, we cannot do that. I'm talking someone else, something else. Yes. Can we sell people to satisfy customers' needs and wants? Cannot. Cannot. Sorry. Can or not? What I mean? Don't put just say this is not the examination. You can make mistakes. Can we sell people? Can we sell people? From children pro. एक उत्तर देखा yes or no की तरह. टिकट yes or टिकट no भी नहीं. You have to answer. Yes. Any example for yes? Yes. So we go to witness musical shows just because of the singers who are coming there. So there, the people are being sold, right? So their talents are being sold. The talent is with humans. So sometimes even even person can be a market offering. Even a person can be a product. So sometimes the place can be a product, right? The places can be used to satisfy customers' needs and wants. That is why we buy a ticket to go to see cricket, right? That is why we buy tickets to go to a zoo, right? Those are places which we can market, right? So those who have the need of maybe witnessing the animals, we can market the zoo. So those who have the need of experiencing a beach environment, right? We can sell beaches, right? We can provide different experiences. Sometimes even an experience could be a product. Those who need to have adventure experiences, we can provide adventure related services, right? So it is still an experience, but we can sell it and earn money as well as from customers' perspective, they can satisfy, they can fulfill their needs and wants. So this product should not be only a physical one. In most of the cases, we have a combination of these. A physical, a service, an experience, right? A person, an event. So when we take musical show as a whole, that is an event. Right? That is an event which we can sell to our customers. But when it comes to performance, so that is all about the people. And just think about the KFC or Pizza Hut, or maybe any other restaurant that we are visiting, right? So we might be going there not only because of the food available, maybe the cleanliness that they are maintaining, maybe the parking facility that they have, maybe the global standard that they have, right? Due to various reasons, we are going there, right? If the food is very much tasty, but the place is not clean enough, we won't be going, right? If we do not have a good background music, if we cannot have, let's say, cleaned washrooms, we may not be going there, though the food is very much tasty. So that we have a combination of physical products, a service items, experience, and everything, a combination of those things. So always, as companies, we should try to provide a combination of those to satisfy customers' needs and wants. But though I say that we always need to have a combination of those, still we can have a pure intangible products, right? Or else pure physical products, right? And we can have a pure services as well. I will be discussing those things later, right? අපි මේ combination keyword මේ combination එකකින් against යන සමහරවිට product එකක් විතරක්ම පාවිච්චි කරන වෙලාව තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Let's take this chair. Just assume this was purchased from Dumbro, right? Though the product is very much comfortable enough, though this is less priced, we won't be going there if the people in Dumbro are not treating us well. If they are not explaining about the product well, we still won't be going there. Right? Therefore, keep in your mind that we always need to have a combination of these, a product and service. Right? We rarely see a product alone or service alone. When it comes to a product like salt, right? There we don't consider that very much about the brand names, where it is coming from, the tasty, right? Whatever the brand it is, the taste is similar, right? And whoever uses it, the taste is similar, right? And whatever the company it is, the taste is similar. So those would be like pure tangible products, or as pure physical products that we can take as examples. And when it comes to consultation services and consultancy, right? We do not consider about the like anything else. We just need only the service part, right? We sometimes might be worrying about the person who is giving that consultant service. Other than that, we may not be worrying anything, because as long as we can get a solution through that consultant service, we might be happy, right? So it could be an example for a pure intangible service, right? Other than that, we have like a very less number of pure tangible and pure intangible products and services. අපිට මේ pure product එකක් and pure physical product එක විතර ගන්න පුළුවන් examples බොහොම අඩුයි. මොකද මේක combination එකක් විදිහට තමයි. Because when we have more combinations, then that is very much easy for us to satisfy our customers' needs and wants. Right? So this is a definition for product. What I have discussed is there. Anything that can be offered to market for attention, acquisition, use or consumption that might satisfy a want on it. Right? That's a product. A product can include tangible objects, as I explained you, a services, your information. That's a different reports that we are using. Central bank report, right? Even reports published by Lanka, different research organizations. We sometimes have to pay money to use those information, but still we are using those information for our different purposes, for our different needs, right? And experiences, as I told you, the hiking, adventure, the events, visual shows, it could be event, as well as persons, maybe depending on the players who are coming, depending on the singers who are singing in those shows, we might be going to witness them, right? Places, organizations, ideas, so mixture of those. Even an organization, this CA, this is an organization, so this is also a product, right? So these offers different services to satisfy your needs and wants, and even ideas. Any idea which can be used as a product, or as any idea which can be categorized as a product, or as a market offering, as far as you can remember. Yes, any idea? I don't know, you are like, is it after 2000 or before 2000? Sorry? What is the candle? The submission? After 2000 or before 2000? We have more. You might know this one, that's why I asked, otherwise, no, no point of asking about here. When we were having the ball 2009, right? So there was a huge demand for the army, since we don't have sufficient number of soldiers, right? So by that time, there was a nice advertisement which used to motivate our young bloods to join Sri Lanka. Hope you can remember that appendix. It was a nice idea which was promoted, which was motivated our young people to join the Sri Lanka army, right? So that is an idea which was marketed because when people have the need of joining the Sri Lanka army, right, to satisfy their like or is to satisfy them, right? So it was a motivation factor, right? So likewise, we can have any of these things to satisfy our customers' needs and wants. I hope this is clear what the product is now, right? So if a question of this nature is asked at examination, we should be able to give like answer with examples here, right? Right. When it comes to product, we have the different levels of product and service, right? We have mainly 5 levels of product and service, right? 5 levels. Starting from core benefit, basic product, expected, augmented, and potential. I will explain you this one using example, right? Then you can write down it if you want. The core benefit means the basic purpose of consuming the product of service. Let's take as an example a pen. What's the purpose of using a pen? This carbon pen, what's the purpose of using that pen? Basically for writing, right? Iskola nagalang or walking Srilanka, right? I don't know whether like young people have done it, right? But our basic purpose is to learn, right? Is to write, right? That is called as the core benefit, right? Core benefit. Right. Then the next one is the basic product. So to function our core benefit, what do we need to have? Right, to function our core benefit, what do we need to have? අපිට මේ ලියන්න මොකක්ද අවශ්‍ය කරන්නේ කියන්නේ? Yes, මොනවද තියෙන්නේ අපිට ලියන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන ප්‍රමාණයට පේන මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? Yes, we need to have carbon and we need to have that මොනවද බටේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ, right? සාපේන හරියට බටේ දාලා ලියන්න පුළුවන් that's enough. But that's what we need, right? To fulfill our core benefit, for us to function our core benefit, what do we need to have? Right? Basic product. Then expected product. But though that is the basic product, is that our expectation? Is that what we expect from a pen? It is විතරක් තිබ්බම ඇද්ද? බටේ තියෙන ටිකයි විතරක් තිබ්බම ඇද්ද pen? Apart from that, what do we expect from a pen? Sorry? Color variation. Yes, if we expect color variation, right? I'm asking for to function this core benefit, right? Our main benefit is to write, right? To write. Basically, what we want is only that carbon. I don't know the exact word, right? But I go, but on away, synthetic on away, and that's enough, right? For writing. But when it comes to expected level, we may not be satisfied with only those two things. But we need to have sometimes a nice grip. After having pan alaganda puluwan window, then the grip should be there. Because if we are like carrying it, we should have the grip. Right? Those could be our expected level. Right? Then augmented means something we do not expect, but companies are still providing some features with the pen. What are those? What are any feature which companies are offering to you, but you are not expecting from a pen? Panicking ඔයගොල්ලෝ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඒව තියෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියන්නේ එක ඒ අමතර දෙන්න ටික තිබ්බත් එකයි නැතත් එකයි. But still companies are trying to give some different features with the pen. What are those? මොනවාද? Yes. ඔයාලට ඒක තිබෙන්නේ කියලා ලියන්න බැරි වෙන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ basic function එක මේ core benefit එක කරගන්න බැරි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ expect කරන්නේ නැහැ මේ දේවල්. But still companies are giving. What are those? Sorry? Yes, a pen with the different colors, but we can change colors. We don't want to expect sometimes, right? And sometimes, how about the smells, right? We never expect, but companies are giving. Though we do not get different smells, can't be right. Irrespective of the smell that we are getting, we can still write. Whatever smell it is, we can write, right? So that is called as the augmented product. Something that we are not expecting, but still companies are giving. Those are not needed to do our core benefit. Our core benefit take කරන්නේ ඒ ටික අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. සෝද තියෙනවා නේ ලියාගන්නේ. Right? You don't want to have that smell. Then the potential product means anything or else any change which can happen to our product in the future. Right? Future එකේදී අපේ product එකට වෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙනස්කම්. Those are not existing now. Right? Those are not existing now. Those could be the changes which can happen to our pens in the future. Yes, what could be the changes which can happen for the pens in the future? Yes. That is like something trouble, no? Our parents also the money, right? Okay. Anything else? Erase conference we do have no? Don't we? අපිට දෙන්නේ. පෑන් එක මකන්න මං යනනේ. ඉරණද මාකට් එක. මම දන්නේ. I have seen that, sir. Right? These are like this potential level means something which we are not experiencing now, but it might happen in the future. We don't know. Yes. How about it is? You can suggest anything. Yes. You can suggest anything. What? Yes. 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 What's the answer? She gave. Yes. What's the answer? Yes. This potential answers are like that. They were behind the potential. No, really. So now tell me your answer. Family can be we might have those products which we never know. How about a product which writes automatically when we think? Right? We might have. We never thought that we would have something called AI to our practice. We never thought. Now, whatever things we want, we can just give the, we just need to give the correct prompt and we can get anything we want. Right? From AI. right? So the potential means any change, any appealing change, right? Galloping change happening. And sorry, family galloping name, right? Any change which can happen for our product in the future. And something which we are not experiencing now, potential product. And when it comes to this augmented one, I told you, those are the features which companies are giving for the customers, but customers are not expecting them, right? So that is the level where companies are trying to differentiate their offerings compared to the competitors' offerings. We augmented level again, Tamai. Company का तमाम की product, competitors लगे offerings sort of differentiate करना ना बात. That is where they give additional features, which even customers are not asking for. And the potential one are the changes which can happen in the future, and we never know. We haven't experienced, right? Those things could be the future changes, which can happen for our products. Right, okay, now let's take a product from your end and go through this process. Any product from your end for this one? This is a simply product. Tell me product that you consume. Yes. Tell me product that you consume. Any product? Although let me levels for any type of product that can. Then we sorry. All right, watch. Then what is the core benefit? Core benefit one will change. Yes. Right. Then bila balangan tino mana basic. Bila balangan mana tino. Watch it tino change. Bila balangan mana tino. Right? Or both are bila that's it. Or the patia question is there. Take a picture of the patia question. Table there no. We definitely have was built, right? That is the basic product. Then expected product. Let's say it is a table right? So expected sorry. Yes, okay, waterproof. Okay, expected no waterproof. फिर पास एक आप comfortable with non में say but in the pulang with the non other class and with non, right? Those could be of expected level. Then what could be the augmented one? Sorry, different colors. Yes, let's say like when we go to the when we are exposed to sunlight, right? The color changes, right? Those could be augmented one because we have those type of purchase now, right? Then potential, any change which can happen in the future. Yes, any change which can happen in the future for our purchase. Yes. No. Yes, any change which can happen in the future for our watch. Yes. Remote. What do you mean by remote? Oh, again, watch it. Remote again, the watch or now use the smartwatch. Don't we have that option? Smartwatch option. I think we have. How about watch? Understand. Is any possible change? Is any possible change which can happen from watch? Time की नाम पर उत्तर के लिए शेयर करना है. Yes. Building.
Yes.
Building. You know, those are like possible changes, no? Possible development that possible we know. Mungkin dengan PNB kami orang ini kita possible ni, ya bagi tim lagi kalau kita nanti mami tanya, ya bagi kita. Kalau kalau dia belum, ya belum kita. So now we don't have that option. So far we don't have. But if we can have that option, that could be like ideal. Here both sides, and paint there they go ahead. But they don't have the parameter. There is but still they can hear that time. Right? Like those potential ones should be like possible changes which can happen for our products. Even if we mobile phone के mail out में sorry, after those mail out में like that is not possible, right? It should be something possible. Is it clear? With 5 levels of a product, right? Do you need any additional discuss? I don't think so. I think this is clear here, right? Right. Then this is an example from hotel, right? These images you can go to the for benefit, maybe relaxation, hotel, again relaxation, right? Then our generic basic or actual product could be a bed, right? Up in the phone, right? Equally should be clean bed, right? And a clean washroom. That would be fine. That would be sufficient for relaxation. But our expected ones could be like Wi-Fi connection, right? Then parking facilities, we expect, and swimming pool, right? Those could be our expected products. Then augmented ones, like let's say a smart TV. Sometimes we may not expect since we have Wi-Fi, a smart TV. How about if it is your birthday, a surprise cake, right? If it is your anniversary, how about an anniversary cake, right? Then potential any other change which can happen to our room in the future, maybe a room in the another can take up. Following room or in a way that we can get the experience in the room, right? Those could be the potential products, potential changes which can happen to our future, to our products. See, this has to be kept in your mind. Possible augmentation and transformation, or else the possible changes which can happen to our products in the future. That is the potential product, right? And for this basic product, there are two other names that we use, generic and actual, right? Can go to the slide and share the handout today's session. Then when it comes to product and services, we have different decisions to make. The product mix decision, product line decision, and the individual product decisions, right? Product mix decision, product line decision, and individual product decisions. Right. So I will be discussing these one by one. So are you okay so far? Then okay, we're going to be checking. I think because it's not difficult. It seems like complex, right? In a whole way, very all better. The product mix. Basically, a product mix means a set of all products that a company, product lines and items that a particular seller offers for sale, or else a set of all products that a company produces to sell its target market. Let's take as an example Unilever. They might have too many product lines, right? They can have home care products, personal care products. They have home care products, personal care products, beauty care products, category, right? They have food and beverage, right? They can have so many items, right? So the product mix means the set of all product lines and items that a particular seller offers for sale, right? So this is actually an extract from Unilever. So they might have the personal wash products, laundry, skin care, hair care, oral care, deodorants, tea, coffee, so many items they might have, right? Let's take as an example CBL Munchie, right? They can have chocolate range, they can have biscuit range, they can have another Nutella beverages. They have no range. Then they can have another range called chocolate, biscuits, what else? The main categories that they offer. So let's take Melbourne, then they can have chocolate, sorry, biscuit, then they can have milk powder category, right? And they can have a cake category as well, right? They do have little iron and everything, right? Likewise, the companies can have different product lines. So the collection of all these product lines and items that the company is selling, we call as a product mix. The product mix is actually under computer, right? So a product mix can have 4 important dimensions. මේ product mix එකේ මේ ඔක්කොගේම එකතු වෙලා තියෙනවා, right? මේ product mix කියන set එකේම ඒක offer කරන හැම එකේම එකතු වෙලා තියෙනවා 4 important dimensions. Dimension හතරක් තියෙනවා. So those are very much important, right? So those are called width, length, depth and the consistency. Width, length, depth and the consistency, right? To manage product mix has 4 important dimensions. Width, length, depth and the consistency. So the starting from width means the number of different product lines the company carries. The number of different product lines the company carries. So which means, so let's take this company, right? This personal wash, laundry, skin care, hair care, oral care, deodorant, tea, coffee, those are the different product lines, right? So the width means number of different product lines the company carries. So in this company, so what you can see from this orange color are called as the width. ඒගොල්ලෝ එකකට එකක් වෙනස් categories ටික තමයි product width එක කියලා කියන්නේ. company එකේ product width එක. right? එකකට එකක් වෙනස් categories ටික ඒක. Is it clear to you the product width? The number of different product lines that a company carries or else that a company is having. Then let's take the example from Melbourne as well. Then there we could be that biscuit, chocolate, and cake. Right? Then length, the total number of items the company carries within its product lines. Right? එක line එකක තියෙන product items ගන්න එකතු. Now let's say these are the width. This personal wash can එක width එකක්. Laundry can එක width එකක්. ඒක product line එක. Right? අන්නේ product line එකක මේ තියෙන the personal care එකේ තියෙන Lux, Lifebuoy and we have a few. Right? So that is called the length, the total number of items company carries within its product lines. Right? Total number of items the company carries within its product lines. Take a product line එකක තියෙන total number of items ගන්න. That is the length. Is that clear? The width and the length. You take all your but The meanings are different, right? And you might get confused. The width and the length. So the next one is the depth. The total number of versions offered for each product in the line, right? So these are the different product lines: the personal care, laundry, skin care, right? Hair care, oral care, right? Those are the different product lines, right? In those different product lines, we have this length, right? This last life boy in skin care. Then when it comes to hair care, they have these things. When it comes to oral care, they have close up and right, different things are there, right? So that is called the length of the product, right? Length of the product line. Then depth means the number of versions offered of each product in the line. Then when we line again, right? Now you are clear. These are the sorry. These are the width. These brown color items are the width. Then these yellow color items are the length, right? Then the depth means then in one yellow color item, if they are offering different versions. Let's say under close up, they are offering the green color, blue color, and red color versions. That is called as the depth, right? Take a product can be able to offer different versions. Depth කියලා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන්නේ. Right? දැන් අපි හිතමු sunlight තිබ්බනම් මෙතන sunlight එකේ yellow color එක, white color එක, blue color එක ඒ colours වල තියෙනවනේ. So that is called as the depth. Right? Then the next one that is about the consistency. How closely related the various product lines are in end use, production, transportation, consumption, or distribution channels or some other way. Right? Consistency කියන්නේ මේ product mix එකේ තියෙන products ඒක production එකකදී consumption එකකදී distribution එකකදී කොච්චර අගලට සමානද කියන්නේ. Right? So when it comes to a product mix like this, their consistency may not be high, their consistency may be low, because they need to have different production methods for producing these different items, and they cannot transport these things together. They cannot transport them. And when it comes to consumption, who consumes these things and the purpose of consuming these things also might differ, so that their consistency might loss. Right? Consistency කියලා කියන්නේ මේ product එකක් consumption එකකදී distribution එකකදී ඊට පස්සේ manufacturing level එකකදී කොච්චර දුරට ඒව සමාන. දැන් අපිට සබන් හදන machine එකේම toothpaste වල නෙවෙයි that is not possible. දැන් සබන් හදන machine එකේම අපිට tea brand එකක් හදන්න that is not possible and that is impossible. Right? Which means their consistency is not very high, that is very low. So when the consistency becomes very low, they have to bear a huge cost because they need separate machinery, they need separate labor requirements, right? Labor knowledge, they need to have separate things and separate training programs for each production requirements, right? And separate distribution methods they need to have because they cannot distribute everything together, right? That is what we call as the consistency. And these are the four main decisions or as four main contributors which come under the product mix, right? The width, length, depth, and the consistency. Width, length, depth, and the consistency. This clear you the four items, the four dimensions. Anything you would like to ask? Again, the example that we need to discuss about this one is clear to you. Yes. So is the lecture at 3 or 3:30? 3:30. Is that? No, I won't be looking to use that at the start, right? Right, okay, I won't have enough time to cover the rest of the things, and I will discuss these things next week, right? And I will let you know everything, right? I will let you know all the information regarding presentation, your sessions and everything. But then last week I couldn't contact, from here, I will let you know. In case I forget to let you know, please someone, please contact me, right? Just remind me. Then I will let you know, right? Okay, then we can wind up today's session. If you have anything to ask, you can ask, otherwise you can leave.